is up, YouTube? Ace here from Fit to Play Games. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to tackle the challenge that was issued to me by my friend Wartrain Win. So guys, without further ado, grab your coffee, have a seat, and I'll explain. Channel, guys, what's up? So the challenge that Wartrain Wins issued to us was, what 3 games am I willing to part ways with within my collection that is $25 or more, and what 3 games I'm not willing to let go. So let's go ahead and go to my number one choice. It is Azure Dreams. Now guys, I have no complaints about this game. It's got fantastic storyline, it's an awesome RPG, the puzzles are very great and very challenging. The only reason I'm willing to get rid of it is because during the PlayStation 1 boom, there was a whole lot of RPGs that you can explore. And this is just one of them. And for me to be able to actually play the game and finish it, I don't mind letting this one go. And the price on a pre-owned Azure Dreams right now, and this is my very first Azure Dream game, and I bought this pre-owned, and if you guys look at it, there really isn't any scratch on the CD. And pre-owned, guys, this is going for at least about $69 pre-owned. So right now I have not seen any brand new games around eBay or even Etsy. I could not find anything that is brand new on Azure Dreams, but I can only imagine how much this is going for brand new. So if it's going for $69 pre-owned and brand new, I could only assume it's probably a couple of hundred. So that's my number 1. So we're going on to number 2. I'm willing to let go my game Juggernaut. So guys, I bought this for $34, as you guys can see, $34.99. And the reason I'm willing to let go of this game, it's actually a 3-part disc, by the way. The game is very good. It's not a survival horror, it's more like survival. They tried to make it into a feeling of reality, so to speak, like a horror game reality. So you're trying, if you think of the Saw series for the PlayStation 3, it's kind of like that, but at the same time it's not, because you're actually fighting something more supernatural, not someone who's a psychotic person who's trying to kill you and trying to make sure that you die from the contraption that he makes, just like Saw. And yeah, anyway, the reason I'm willing to let this go is because of the fact that sometimes when I'm this is excellent on the PlayStation, even excellent on a PlayStation 2, but if you're playing on a PlayStation, the original, I feel like there's a lot of lag time and a lot of hang time when if you're trying to play the game. There's a lot of load time. I'm not really a big fan of that. That's why I'm willing to let go of this game out of my collection. So that's my number 2, is Juggernaut. So moving on to number 3, I've chosen Lunar II as my 3rd item that if I were given a choice to let go, or if I needed funding or some kind of I have an emergency, I would let go of Lunar II and sell this. Now guys, before you hate me for saying I'm letting go of Lunar II, the reason I'm letting this go is that I'm not saying that I don't like the game. The RPG game, the whole Lunar II is fantastic. The storyline is definitely related to Lunar Silver Star story, which is the first one, and the fact that they didn't really stray away from how the game mechanics of the first one, and then it's still the same in Lunar II. That is fantastic. It's awesome, and I was really glad when I played this and it still had the same gameplay, that it didn't really confuse me as much, even though there's like little tiny new details that they've added in. But the reason I'm letting this go is because I prefer the story of Silver Star story more than the Lunar II Eternal Blue. I love the story of Alex. He's the dragon hero, and you know, the fact that he's recognized even in Lunar II Eternal Blue, you know, makes him more of a iconic type of character, and thus I cannot let go of Lunar Silver Star story. So I'm willing to let go of Lunar II more. So guys, I hope you don't hate me for that, but we are jumping into the 3 games that I am not willing to let go in my collection. So let's go. Jumping into my number 1 on the list that I'm not willing to part ways with is my Suikoden series. I'm not willing to part ways with Suikoden 1, my Suikoden 2, 3, 4, 5, and Suikoden Tactics. Now, guys, the reason I'm not willing to part ways with it is, number 1, it's been a big part of my childhood ever since I started playing in the PlayStation system. I've always thought I'm just going to be a Nintendo guy. Ever since I picked up a PlayStation system, got a hold of Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, 9, you name it. I've been a big fan ever since, and I got a hold of Suikoden, and I've always wondered when a Suikoden 2 game is going to come out. And sure enough, Suikoden 2 came out and it was excellent. Now, I'm missing the manual for it, guys. I apologize, but I played the heck out of this game. This is my original copy, as you guys can see. This whole game has been pre-loved. It could use a little buffing just because, you know, the CD's kind of a little bit scratched up in the back, but still very usable. I use it on my PS2 a lot when I'm feeling like I want to play a little bit of the games that brings nostalgia back to my life, and that's one of the games. And my number 2 reason why I'm not willing to let it go is because Suikoden is, you know, it's one of its kind. The whole game mechanics is different from other RPGs that I have played, and therefore I'm not willing to let that go because I'm used to that kind of gameplay and I'm used to that kind of combat system, and it's just different from everything else. Final Fantasy has its own, Suikoden has its own. Anyway, guys, we're jumping into number 2. So now we are jumping into the second game that I am not willing to let go within my collection is Tales of Destiny 2 Sealed for the PlayStation 1. The reason I don't want to let this go is because the person that I bought this from took a giant hit when I offered him a certain price, and he was still okay to take that price that I've offered him. He could have easily gotten, you know, probably a couple of $100 for this, but he agreed to the price that I've offered, and you know, I was forever thankful to him for allowing me to buy this item for that kind of price from him. And you know what, guys, it's really rare to find those kind of individuals that are willing to accept whatever you offer to them and just, you know, letting you have a certain item that you really want for that price, even though they can actually upcharge you if they want to. So I can't really let this item go because of the fact that that person that sold me this saw that I was going to put a lot of importance to this game, definitely going to be part of my collection, and thus he agreed for me to buy that item for that price. And I'll be forever thankful, and I could just never really part ways with this. I do have a game that I play, which is Tales of Destiny 2 as well, but I only have the disc to play with. I don't have the case nor the manuals, but that's the game that I play, so this one is just going to be part of my collection sealed. And yeah, so let's jump into my third one. I had to do a whole lot of thinking because this challenge is really hard, trying to choose a game from your collection to let go if you need monetary needs and funding, and if you really need to buy something, you have to let go of a certain game in your collection. It's just really, really hard. Anyway, we're gonna go into my top 1, but before I do that, guys, I want you to take a look at my right side here. Guys, I want you to check out all these YouTube channels. These guys are fantastic content creators. These guys are my friends, and we're just a big part. These are a part of a big gaming community, so you should definitely check them out, guys. So, and if you like the content that you see, make sure you give them a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for all of us to show us some love and support. My most treasured item is Star Ocean: The Second Story. Guys, I can't see myself letting this go because number 1, this is the very first game that I bought with my own money that I saved up from my allowance that was coming from my parents. I was 14 at that time. I bought this brand new, and I believe it was an electronic boutique, and I just can't see myself letting this go because this is a part of my childhood, and I grew up with this game. I put stacks and stacks of games on top of this game, and if you guys can see, it's fully scratched up, but I love this game. This game is definitely a pre-loved game, and I will never let it go, no matter how anybody wants to come over and beg or buy it from me. I'm just not gonna let it go, because letting it go means I give up as a gamer. Anyway, this is my most treasured item out of all of my collection, and this is my original. And yeah, that is my last one for item that I'm never letting go. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you do, and hit that subscribe button to show me some of your love and support. And guys, if you are interested in seeing my other colleagues that has done this kind of video, I'm gonna leave a link of their videos at the end of this video so you guys can check that out. Until then guys, I will see you on the next video.